Hey YouTube, it's Cam back for another fragrance review. This is another Frederic Malle fragrance, House of Frederic Malle, Editions de Parfum. And I promise this is not going to be a Frederic Malle channel by any means. I'll mix it up. I'll definitely incorporate some other things. It's not going to be all niche. I'll throw in some designer as well. I felt like this was a good one to review for my second review. This is definitely becoming one of my favorites. The name of this particular fragrance is Noir épicé, which in French means black spices. And so, bottle, 50 ml. Box, if you've seen one Frederic Malle box, you've seen them all. So, standard Frederic Malle box. This particular fragrance was launched in 2000, and the nose behind it was Michel Roudnitska. Sounds Russian. I probably slaughtered it, but beautiful fragrance. Tell you a little bit about the notes here. According to base notes, in the top we've got orange, rose, and geranium, and in the heart, we've got nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, pepper, and then in the base we end up with patchouli, cedarwood, and sandalwood. So very floral and citrusy at the open, very spicy in the heart, and then in the base very woody. And so let me tell you a little bit about what I get from this when I spray it on my skin. At first, yeah, you're going to pick up some of that floral in the top, and you're definitely going to pick up the orange. It's there. It's well done. It smells really good, and it mixes very well with the the floral aspect of the top as well. But you're going to get some of the heart and some of the mid. You've got the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the clove, the pepper. Those are all in the mid. You're going to get some of that at the top, at the open. So you're really going to get a very spicy orange with some flowers, and it smells really good. I mean, it's like I said, it's very well done. It smells great. Now you'll get something very similar to that. At least I do, for probably about 2 or 3 hours, and then. And then at that point, what I get is something that smells like just a really well done, very expensive, high class dryer sheet. If there was such a thing, if there was like a $20 box of dryer sheets out there that you could buy, this may very well be what it smells like. It's very clean smelling. It smells awesome. And then when it dries down, and the dry down, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 hours in, you're going to get just a very, very dry, maybe even almost a little powdery woodiness to the dry down. Very woody. And then something that just isn't listed in the notes that I get as well. As I smell this dry down, some iris. And I'm not talking the flower of the iris. Usually when we talk about the note of iris in something like dioram, okay, dioram has iris, right? But it's not the flower. If you've ever smelled iris, iris has a really nice floral smell. I've got some in the back of my house. I've definitely smelled that before. When people smell iris and they kind of link that with kind of a makeup-y lipstick-like smell, it's not the flower itself. It's the root of the flower. It's called orris or orris root, or something to that effect. And that's what gives you the makeup-y smell. Now it's not listed in the notes here. On base notes. Pretty sure I didn't see it on Fragrantica either. As they listed various notes. But I get some of that. In the dry down, in the base. So kind of interesting, but. This particular scent, like I said, you might get to the dry down after a good 5-6 hours. I wore this to work. This was probably last week, and I got to the dry down. So it got really dry, really woody, and you know it was time to go home. So you know I get up, and you know I've got to walk a little ways to get to you know to get to where I park, and you know honestly the scent woke back up again. You know I got some of what was in the heart again. You know I got some of that really nice dryer sheet smell, and it was great. You know it was fantastic. So this thing, as far as longevity is concerned, you will easily get 12 plus hours out of this bad boy. I would not be surprised if you spray this on yourself in the morning and you still smell it on yourself again the next morning. Really well done, and you know, great longevity. Now, part of that longevity probably comes with the concentration. Of course, this is an eau de parfum, or eau de parfum, or you know, I've heard it said a number of different ways. But the concentration, you're looking at 16.8%, which is decent. You know that is decent. You're almost 17% concentration in this. So as far as versatility is concerned, I really haven't seen very many people talking about this on YouTube. And with what I have seen, there seems to be some concern with with how versatile this is. You know, I've even heard it said that this is almost less versatile than Amen because it's just a really really dark incensey rose or something to that effect. I don't get that out of this. Like I said, I'm definitely getting the floral in the top, but after 2 to 3 hours, getting that dryer sheet like feel and smell, if you will, to an extent. I honestly don't know where or when it's not okay to smell like a dryer sheet. To me, this stuff is very versatile. I think you could absolutely wear this to work. Like I said, I've worn it to work, it's going to last you. That's a beautiful thing about it. When you're talking about a work scent, unless you're going to put something in a decant, you probably need something that's going to last you at least 8 to 10 hours. And if you work a full 8-hour shift, and we're talking about the commute to get to work, the commute to get home, everything that goes into that, maybe at least 9 or 10 hours out of your fragrance to be able to smell it when you get home at night. But like I said, this thing is going to give you 12 plus. If you get less than 12 hours out of this, your skin eats fragrances. I don't know what else to tell you, but in that case, you're probably getting terrible longevity out of everything. So you might get a little better longevity out of this than you're getting out of most things, even if you typically get horrible longevity. But phenomenal stuff. Like I said, I would not be surprised to hear for you to be able to smell yourself on this smell this on yourself the next day. So as far as my recommendation for this, I would absolutely recommend that you get a sample of this and try it out and see if you like it. Try it a couple of times. I'm sure a lot of you out there know just as well as I do that there are some fragrances that are just a little bit more complex. They're not something that you tend to smell a lot. They don't get copied a lot, and it's something that the first time you try it, you might not like it as much as the second or the third or the fourth time that you try it. So get a sample of this, try it out multiple times. It is a beautiful fragrance. Like I said, once you get to that, the top is gorgeous. The first 2 to 3 hours, fantastic. Once it turns into a dryer sheet, very nice, very well done. And the fact that you get to that base, super woody, and then as you get up and you move around and you kind of heat it back up again, the heart kind of comes back and you're back to a bit of that dryer sheet feel. It's really cool stuff. It's extremely nice and enjoyable to wear. So what would I rate this? Scale of 1 to 10. No hesitation, I give this at least a 9. Okay, like I said, this is still new. My wife and I are still getting used to this, and we haven't worn it a ton as of yet. I have worn it multiple times though, so I would not be surprised if this becomes if this works itself up even a little bit higher in my rating scale down the road. No guarantees. But, you know, as of right now, I feel completely comfortable because of the smell, the quality of the smell, the fact that I feel like I can wear this, you know, just about anywhere. You know, it says Noir Epicé. Yeah, dark spices. Oh, wow, that must be a fall or a winter scent. No, no. When this thing turns into a dryer sheet, like I said, where is it not okay to smell like a dryer sheet? When is it not okay to smell like a dryer sheet? So, a lot of versatility here, extremely good longevity, fantastic smell. Absolutely, you know, right now I'm going to give this a 9. Solid. Sniff this out. Absolutely worth it. And stay tuned for another review.